Good morning and welcome to the mixed doubles qualification game. Here on Sheet E, we have the United States versus England. The successful team will move on into the semifinals later today. Team USA qualified out of Group A with a record of 5-4. England qualified out of Group B with a record of 6-2 after round robin play. The United States will have hammer here in the first end in this morning's qualifying game. So England had removed that stone completely out of play. In mixed doubles, you're not allowed to remove any stones from play until the first 3 stones of the end have been thrown. So England's yellow stone will go back and the United States thrown stone will be out of play. We've had some fantastic curling here this week at the Richmond Curling Center, hosting 2 World Wheelchair Curling Championships, 31 teams between both events and over 90 athletes. So a nice looking stone there from Pimblett of England. Curl around and rest just outside the forefoot. So well-placed stone here in the first end. You'll see lots of play to the center of the ice. You'll see lots of rocks in play this morning. We've got Samsa throwing the middle 3 stones for Team USA. Team USA opting to have an anchor while Samsa throws the stones. In mixed doubles, these athletes do have the option of having one of their teammates holding a broom at the far end of the ice, or they can remain at the delivering end of the ice, there to anchor their teammates. And so if you're watching the Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships for the first time, anchoring means that the teammate will wheel up behind the person delivering the stone to hold the wheels, and they'll help prevent the chair from slipping while these athletes are delivering the stones. So it looks like we've got another draw attempt here by Pimblett of England. This one will just get behind that center line guard. It looks like this one should have enough weight to just promote the previous stone. So it's difficult to tell from here, but the United States may be sitting one with their stone back button. Team England does have 2 yellow stones sitting in front that they could promote. Over on sheet C, we have Slovakia versus Latvia. That one can be found on Recast or CBC Sports. So we've got 2 games this morning coming live from Richmond, British Columbia, Canada.
We caught that up here in timing on Echo, so Foxford right on Echo.
Samsa readjusts. Looks like this is a draw attempt on the yellow England stone and the back forefoot. So far line is holding. This one will need to curl up. On a really nice attempt there by Samsov, Team United States. A foot less weight, and I think we would have seen the finish as that rock came towards the center of the ice. Looks like Team England's going to make a play on their yellow stone on the left-hand side of the sheet. They'll be looking to angle this one into USA stone sitting on the back button. It looks pretty good. And that one just over curls. Something we noticed yesterday is the rocks were running a little bit straighter outside the 4 foot, but when they do get to those 4 foot lines, we'll see them make their moves. So I think we'll see the come around draw here by the United States. Ideally, they'd like this rock to get tucked around that corner guard in the top of the 4 foot. Even if this one's a little bit short and comes top 12, it'll take away the draw path for Team England. Just gets by that center stone. So a bit of an overcurl on that rock. They would have liked that to have stopped off of the center line. There is an opportunity here for Lenton of England to make the draw. There's room to get to the United States stones in the back of the button. Even if this rock stops in the top 8 foot, it will make it extremely difficult for Team United States to get a multiple point end. Final stone on the way by Lenton of Team England, looking for the come around draw. See this rock make the move here in the end. And a beautiful stone to freeze to the Team United States stone in the back 4 foot. So I believe that will leave England sitting 1 for now. We see both Team USA athletes wheeling down the ice. We have Wilson throwing the final stone here in the first end of this qualifying game of the 2023 Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships. It's looking to follow the same path as England. Line's looking pretty good. This rock will need to curl. This one looks good. Oh, and it's going to be close. Over in our other qualifying game, it looks like Latvia took one after the first end of play. We're waiting for the score to be confirmed on our sheet. And an exciting start here this morning. So confirmation, England steals one in the first end. So the United States will keep hammer to start the second end. If you're watching doubles for the first time, each team has one stone placed in the field of play. So Team England without hammer, their stone will be placed as a centerline guard. Team United States with hammer, their stone is placed in the back 4 foot. Each team will have 5 stones to play, and you cannot make any hits until you've thrown that third stone of the end. So it looks like we're going to see Team England sticking with the same rotation that we saw in the first end. In mixed doubles, these teams have the option of adjusting their lineups after every end. So players can either throw the first stones and the last stones, or they can throw the middle 3 stones. Here we go, first stone of the second end. On its way, looking for a come around draw. And this one will come to the back, United States stone in the back of the 4 foot. So right on the mark so far this morning. For Lenton of Team England. So we'll see Wilson wanting to make a freeze. Anything in front of that yellow stone is your friend, and that one will just slide a little bit deep. An opportunity here for England to get another stone, looking to block the draw path and protect their shot stone currently sitting on the back of the button. So this is the first time that these teams have played each other this week. This is a crossover game between Group A and Group B. Semifinals will be this evening. Team Canada and Team China both qualified first out of their pools, so they received a bye into the semifinals. So they're waiting to see who they will be playing this evening at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, the rock just curls up and bumps off the England stone in the back 4 foot. Great to see that they were able to make connection and just push it a little bit further back. That will give them a little more room. They'll be looking to score in this end with hammer. That hit attempt over curls, so they'll hit their center line guard. It's currently Team United States sitting one with hammer.
Working for bits of paper here, make sure you have a little better system. So probably that chart, this chart is the best one to work from. So you can sort of keep it straight.
So draw opportunity here for Samsa of the United States, looking to get this rock into the top 4 foot. We'll see this rock making its move at the end. Like to tuck a corner, and it'll stop just in the back button. So really nice draw attempt there. That rock's really only about a foot heavy from where you would like it. So this will give Team England a chance to make a freeze. They'd like to sit in this pocket. You don't want to bump these Team United stones back too far. That could give them an opportunity to remove it out of play.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just mark it there afterwards, yeah.
Oh, and a missed opportunity there by England.
So then,
Just comes up a little bit short. Would have been nice if their yellow stone would have stayed closer to the center, give them something to tap back a little bit easier. So big opportunity here for Samsa of the United States to get another stone in here.
yeah, yeah.
If they can put it biting the top 4, even tuck a corner around those yellow stones, will make the final rock for Team England very difficult.
If the first time team rank choice of stone color and playing first or second stone in the first hand.
So that's this one
Yeah.
coming up. They get to here,
Then we'll see.
so they haven't played each other.
Stone's looking good. Looks like a little less weight than the previous stone.
Like
Anywhere
if
short
Canada-
is okay
if Canada and China
to
will
take away the freeze attempt.
only one of them wins.
Yeah,
Then
It's a really nice throw there by Samsa of the United States. Protecting shot stone. Brings that rock into the rings, so they'll be able to use that if they need it.
and they haven't played each other, so like if it happens to be that way, then we go with the
So the winner of our game here on Sheet E will go on to play Canada in the semifinal. The winner of Slovakia and Latvia will face China in the other semifinal game later this evening at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looks like we're going to see a freeze attempt from Team England. They'll be looking to freeze
because that's what I was trying to do.
on the United States stone, sitting in the back 4 foot.
this one you don't see those.
Yeah,
If they can get the curl, they might be able to get a piece of the button and really shrink down the scoring area for the United States. So we've seen a couple of nice draws from Lenton of Team England. We'll see if she can make another one here in the second end without last rock.
But for now, we're meeting after this one.
yep.
Line's getting a little bit tight. Really nice weight on that. Unfortunately, that one will curl up and tap United States to the button. So it looks like Team USA is sitting 2 for sure, likely 3. And an open draw here to full forefoot to score a big end here in the second. Okay, big draw coming up here from Wilson of Team USA. Looking for full forefoot to score a big end here in the second. She was a little heavy on her first one this end, so we'll see if she can make the adjustment.
I know. They switched the shot.
Line's looking close. This rock will need to make some big finish. Needs to go a little further. And I think she's done it. A beautiful stone by Team United States. A nice adjustment from her first one this end. That'll really boost your confidence throwing that last stone. So England will have the hammer heading into the third end of this qualifying game, the 2023 Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships. With mixed doubles, these ends can turn around so quickly. So we still have lots of time for England to get a few points back here. So score update, it looks like Slovakia took 3 in the second end over on sheet C. So it's currently 3-1, Slovakia over Latvia. The United States did take 4 here in the second end on our live stream sheet E. So without hammer, their rock will be placed as a centerline guard at the far end, and England's rock stone will be placed in the back forefoot to start off the third end. So we'll give you a view here of the buddy system for these athletes anchoring one another. If you're watching wheelchair curling for the first time, different teams have different strategies. So here we'll see Samsa supporting his teammate Wilson to keep her chair from slipping while she throws. So looking for the come around guard here on his first rock in the third end. She just made a beautiful draw to the forefoot in the second and is right on the mark. Even a wave of appreciation from Piblet of England. I had the opportunity to be an ice player assistant for a few games, and it was just incredible to hear the camaraderie and sportsmanship of these athletes all week long. These are long games, so you need to stay positive. So Team England preferring to have someone holding the broom in the far end of the ice. So if the player delivering the stone is looking for an anchor, they can ask the ice player assistants to do that for them. And nice little tap draw there from Linton of Team England. Pushes that United States stone to the back forefoot. Looks like Samsa is opting to take the other draw line here. They'd like to come around and freeze into that pocket of the Team England stones. They had a nice line on that, just a little bit short. It's an opportunity here for Pimblett of England to put one in the top 12 foot. By putting in the 12 foot, they can protect their stones in the back of the rings, and they can also use it as a promotable rock later in the ends. So taking a little more ice here than we've seen early on. Line's looking pretty good. This rock will need to finish at the end. With the right weight, you will see that finish. And a nice stone there from Pimblett of Team England. Makes a nice adjustment on the weight. We're still early on in this game, so when you have to go further out into the 12 foot, the pebble could still be a little fresh, so sometimes you need to make an adjustment on those throws. Waiting to see which line Samson's going to take on this draw. Looking to come around those corner guards from the right-hand side of your screen. Looks like we have a little extra ice on this one. Make sure you get around those guards. Weight's going to be close. Nice adjustment there from Samsa of Team USA. Does come into the forefoot. He'll bump his stone back, but still, it will help to shrink the scoring area down for Team England. So still some room for England to get another stone into the forefoot. Ice this morning seems to be running a little bit quicker than what we've seen in the week as well. Earlier in the week, that stone would have stopped in the top of the forefoot. So something these athletes will have to watch with only having 2 games being played out this morning. This one has more weight than what we saw from Samsa. Just that little extra weight, and you won't get that curl at the end. So not a bad result. Team England still sitting 2 with hammer here in the third end. I expect we'll see Samsa throwing that come around guard one more time. Anywhere in front of the tee line would be ideal. Got lots of rocks in play over on sheet C as well. Samsa taking a moment to reset. Looks like the stone came off the handle of the delivery sticks. When that happens, you'll notice these athletes will go through their pre-shot routine again. Looking for the come around. This rock's curling a little early. It's going to be tight to that top center guard, needs to get by. It'll just get by and come up to the top of the rings. Samsa would have liked that stone to have been a little bit deeper. I like the adjustment there. When you keep your rings, your stones in front of the rings, at least you can use them later on. So an opportunity here for Pimplet of England to make this come around draw and put themselves in a good position to score this end. So line and weight, really important in this spot. If your weight's a little bit heavy, it'll run straighter longer. If it's a little bit lighter, you'll see that curl early. This one should be pretty close. So a nice rock there, bumps the United States stone and will just rest in the back forefoot. So I believe Team England is currently sitting 3 with hammer here in the third end. All those rocks being behind the tee line, it does give Wilson of the United States a chance to freeze one in. Even if your second shot in front of these rocks, it will be very difficult to remove them with those wall of yellow stones at the back forefoot. So we got a big shot coming up here from Wilson of the United States. Looking to limit the scoring opportunities for Team England. Line's looking good. A little on the heavy side. Needs to curl. Gets a piece of England stone and will roll the shooter too far. So that spot probably getting just a little bit quicker with having so many rocks thrown in the same path. It'll help wear down that fresh pebble. So all of these athletes have stopwatches. They'll use them to clock the hog times. That will give them some information on these throws. It'll help them to learn the paths so they can make the adjustments when they go to make their throws. So this looks like an opportunity for 3, possibly 4 for Team England here in the third end of this qualifying game. And it looks like after 3 ends of play, it is currently Slovakia up 3-2 over Latvia. So a close game over on sheet C. Line's looking good on this stone. We'll need to slow down. A little heavy and bumps their stone back. So it's difficult to tell if they've gone too far with that one. So we'll wait to see the points come on the board from our official. Our officiating team has done a fantastic job all week. All the volunteers have been incredible in supporting this event and these athletes. And so it looks like it's going to be 3 for England in the third end to tie this game up 4-4 after 3 ends of play. That's what you like to see in these qualifying games. You want to see a nice close game. Keep it exciting all the way to the end. The United States will have hammer here in the fourth end. We'll see their stone placed in the back forefoot. We'll see Team England stone placed as a center line guard. Both of these teams converting big ends with hammer. Draw weight is going to be the key to this game. As we've seen both teams having to make some adjustments. We've seen some really nice draws. The team that can be the most consistent, I think, will be the most successful in this game. So once again, Team England sticking with their same rotation. We'll see Linton throwing the first stones and the last stones. We'll see Pimblett throwing the middle 3 stones for Team England. Once again, if you're watching mixed doubles for the first time, these athletes can decide to adjust their lineups at the completion of every end. So we see Linton looking for the anchor here from the ice player assistant. Linton made some beautiful draws to open these ends, and this one's looking right on the mark. So really nice stone there from Linton of England, just being the top forefoot. It's okay that that rock isn't shot, because you'll be able to tap it up. It'll make this draw a little more difficult for Wilson of Team United States. Line's looking good. We'll see a nice corner freeze by Wilson of the United States. A beautiful stone that can be used to make a play in the forefoot later on. Keeps the angle with the delivered stone. Looks like England is opting to guard this stone. Looks like they're going to want the delivered stone to be in the top of the house. Top 12 foot to top 8 foot would be ideal. So lots of room for weight tolerance on this shot. Looking for some finish here. A nice rock, a nice guard. I'd like that to curl up a little bit more. Again, going further out into the wings than we've seen on that path. Sometimes as an athlete, you have to remember to throw just a little bit more on those initial ones. That still does the job, makes a tighter port. I think it looks like Team USA may be choosing to ignore that yellow stone and making another come around on the left-hand side of the sheet. I think we're looking for the angle tap here. This rock's taking off of that 4-foot line. Weight was really close for Samsa on that stone. Again, once these rocks start to cross those 4-foot lines, we are seeing the finish. So it's a tricky spot on the ice. These teams would have seen it yesterday. So I'm sure teammates will be having a conversation about what they're seeing, They watch these throws, watch the lines, so that they can learn for their next ones. Team England, we were looking for the come around, and that stone will over curl as well. Push the United States into the back button. It's going to be close to see who is shot rock here. The good news for England is they do have 2 stones in front of the forefoot that they can use. So it will be difficult for the United States to get another one in there. So we'll see what they decide to do. And one option would be to place a guard in front of those 2 yellow England stones to prevent them from promoting them later in the end. We may see them opt to play a draw on the left-hand side of the sheet. There is room to come around and at least be full 8 foot to top 4 foot, and that might give you a tap on your last one. So we'll come down to the preference of the athlete throwing the stone, and it looks like they're going to call for a timeout. So we're going to see their coach come out, have a conversation. Going to take a few minutes to discuss their options. They may even be discussing playing a hit, looking at a draw line. So a few options here for Team United States. And, see if they're confirming that what they see is also what their coach has been seeing sitting on the back bench. This shot selection, I think it's also important to keep in mind what your end goals are. It is a tied game, so there's lots of ends left to play.
Yeah, you're down to better teams playing against each other.
So we'll have to wait and see until Samsa sets up and lets go of the stone to know what they're calling. Again, these teammates are using the buddy system to anchor one another instead of having one of their teammates holding the broom at the far end. So looks like we're going to make a play through on the right-hand side of the sheet. Looks like they've opted to play a hit on these yellow stones. Oh, and it doesn't quite curl off of that corner guard. An unfortunate stone there for Samsa of the United States. We'll see how aggressive Team England is going to be here. They could opt to promote their yellow stone in the top 8 foot into the pile, or they could just decide to put up a guard and protect their shot stone. So again, we're seeing the ice in the mid 12 foot. I've only seen a couple of rocks on this pathway in this game so far. I'd like this rock to stop somewhere near the 4 foot lines. Needs to curl up. So nice shot there from Pimblett. I know that rock came a little deep into the rings. But it does angle those yellow stones to go straight into the 4-foot. I think we'll see Samsa making a hit on these stones. If you get it right, you might be able to catch that yellow England stone on the button and double them out. So a nice attempt there. Move some yellow around. That may have left the United States sitting one in the back button. I think we'll see Team England making a play on the yellow stone in the top button. They only have to tap that up about a foot and it would be frozen on the United States stone. Their shooter would be in front of the rings. The out for the United States is that yellow stone on the left-hand side of the sheet in the 8-foot. It is there if you need a hit and a roll, depending on how well Team England makes this next stone. So some exciting last few stones coming on sheet E here in the 2023 mixed doubles qualifying game. So the winner of this game will face Canada in the semifinal. On sheet C, it's currently 4-2 for Slovakia over Latvia. The winner of that game will face Team China in the semifinal game. So final stone coming from Lenton of Team England.
Yeah, we're over at the hope. Jumped in that shower, turned it on.
I'm not sure if they were looking for the guard,
I just have
if that was the called shot.
to go. I'm like, oh, that's right. We got to play this. Yeah, no. Hey, Murray, start. No, I guess that means I
It does the job. So Team USA, I think they knew what they were going to be playing before that England stone came to rest. So looking for the hit and roll here. They have some catchers in the back. Haven't seen too many hits yet, so we'll see which turn Wilson is going to throw at this stone. I've seen some teams have had a preference of the inside out, and we've seen other teams have had a preference of the outside in. So that will depend on what your team practices and the preference of your thrower.
Yes, we can.
So looking for a hit and roll here in the 4th end by Wilson of the United States. Looks like a nice controlled weight hit. We'll give this stone a chance to curl. Looks really close. It'll just get the rub off of the yellow England stone. So I'm not sure if it got enough to sit. So Team England has let the umpire know what they think the score is. And the umpire will wait to confirm with Team United States. And it looks like a big 2 points there for Team USA here in the 4th end. They'll go up 6-4 over England. These teams will get a 7-minute 4th end break. So stick around for more exciting play in the last 4 ends of this qualifying game. And we are back with 4 ends left to play here in this qualifying game of the 2023 Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships. Team USA took 2 in the fourth to go up 6-4 over England. I expect we'll see another exciting 4 ends of play. And a nice opening draw there by Wilson. Team USA just gets around that corner line guard and stops in the top 12 foot. So once again, we're seeing the same rotation from both of these teams. We've got Lenton throwing the first stones and the last stones for Team England. Just saw Wilson throwing the first stone, so she'll be throwing the first and last for Team USA. Line looks pretty good here for Lenton of England. Big finish here at the end. Just gets by that USA stone in the top 12 foot. So 2 nice shots by both teams. Fist bumps from teammate Pimblett after that one. Likely see a coming around draw here from Samsa. Ideally, you'd like this rock to be anywhere from tucked in the top 8 foot to full 4 foot. Oh, that was just going to overcurl. Weight looked pretty nice on that stone. Not a bad result though. You have separation between your 2 stones, so you could use them to make a tap or run back later in the end if you need to. This doubles game is about setting yourself up. Anytime you can keep those stones in front of the T line, you'll be able to use them or prevent your opposition from getting in there first. So far, both teams have converted on multiple point ends with hammer. So we'll see if Team England can do that again here in the 5th end. This one looking good to make the tap. A little strong on weight, but mission accomplished. Tap their stone. It'll rest just in the back 4 foot. The shooter will roll to the side 12 foot, so it still is in the rings. Still an opportunity here for Team United States with both of those red stones in the top 12 foot. They can bump them into the 4 foot. They have some backing there. So I expect to see a tap on the stone by Samsa of Team USA. A few other doubles teams, you may see them opting to play the hit or the run back. It hasn't seemed to be the case with these 2 teams yet today. We've got the come around draw attempt here by Samsa, Team United States. really important on this one. It just won't quite get the curl with that little bit extra weight. So still not easy for Team England to get in here. They are currently sitting shot with both of their stones in the back forefoot, with those two USA stones in front. They may find themselves having a difficult shot near the end of this end. So looking for a guard here. It looks like they're looking to take this draw path away from Team USA.
Looks like slippery to me. See, that one really touches the eyes.
This rock is gliding, and that one will rest in the back forefoot. So a wall of yellow in the back forefoot belonging to Team England, currently sitting at least 3 with hammer here in the 5th end. That rock could have stopped about 2 feet shorter. Would make this one a lot more difficult for the United States. Samsa can make a nice phrase here in that pocket of yellows. It would really take the end away from Team England. So we've seen Samsa throw in this path a few times. Tolerance on this shot would be to be anywhere from the top 12 foot to frozen. So at least in the top 12 foot, it makes it difficult for Team England to get another one in there. And it would give you both sides to be able to tap a rock into the pile. So gets past the corner guard and will tap their stone, but not quite far enough. So we're seeing a little more curl out of Samsa's rock stones than we are out of Pimblets on this side of the sheet. So that will speak to the rotation that they put on these stones as they let them go. So still some room here for Team England. Get another rock into the rings. That slight tap, it has taken that straight line away on the left-hand side of the sheet to tap those red stones up for Team USA. So for Team England, this one looks like it's just gonna get around those top corner guards, and this should stop in the back forefoot. So a nice result there for Team England. We saw a teammate asking this rock, encouraging this rock to slow down as it came down the ice. So with that finish at the end, Wilson still has an opportunity to freeze a stone in there. Once again, all those rocks are behind the tee line, so anything in front, and you'll be able to minimize the scoring opportunity for Team England this end. Line's going to be close. As this rock makes its way across the 4-foot line. We still have room past that top corner guard, just gets by. And a beautiful draw by Wilson of Team USA. Samson liked the look of that one as he rolled past the rings. So a well executed pressure shot to take away a big end here from Team England. Difficult to tell how much room there is for Lenton from this angle. So we'll be watching our scoreboard closely after this final stone here in the fifth end comes to rest. I think we're looking for a draw to the side button here by Lenton of England. Seen some nice draws by her today. We'll see if she can do it again here with last stone. Line's going to be tight here. Don't think we're going to get past those center guards. There's such a difference in the curl on the sheet this morning. A little bit lighter, and we'll see it curling early, finishing hard in those 4-foot lines. Anything a little heavy outside the 4, we'll see it running straighter longer. And it looks like it's going to be a steal of 1 for the United States by that beautiful draw of Wilson with her final stone in the fifth end. So Team England is going to keep the hammer coming into the 6th. So we'll see their rock placed in the back 4-foot, and we'll see Team United States stone placed at the center line guard. So some beautiful shots that end by both teams. Again, those draws are so key in setting yourselves up for those points. All you need here is 2 to bring this game within 1 point. Oh, and it looks like we're going to get our first power play of the end. So in mixed doubles, the team with hammer gets 1 power play. That allows them to move the setup of the stones to either side of the sheet. So we will see Team USA stone as a corner guard, and then we'll see Team England stone placed just on the tee line on the side of the 8-foot. So this will open up that middle scoring area. And we know Team England is looking for a couple of points this end.
So once you get back to time.
So our game umpire checking the placement of these stones. It looks like Latvia got 3 in the fifth end after the break. So Latvia is currently up 5-4 over Slovakia over on sheet C. So a close game there as well. The winner of that one will advance to face China in the semifinal game. And here on sheet E, the winner of this game will go on to face Team Canada in the semifinal game. Nice looking weight on this stone. We haven't seen too many rocks played across the center line on this sheet. Typically those first few we've seen coming up short all week, so a really nice stone there by Wilson. Great awareness of the path that she was throwing on for that shot. So we'll see where England is going to go with this stone. We may see them putting up another corner guard to protect their shot stone. Or they may be opting to come around that United States zone. This looks like the come around draw. And a nice shot by Lenton of Team England. Looks like a freeze attempt by Team USA. It's just going to get by that guard on the top of the rings, right to the nose. A beautiful shot there by Samsa. Team USA still has their stones in front of England's. Those are promotable rocks. We may see England opting to remove this Team USA stone out. There is room to hit this stone through the two yellows and keep their shooter on the right-hand side of the sheet. Just makes contact, rolls it far enough to be sitting two. If you could have thrown a little less weight on that shot, you could make that hit and roll and keep your shooter in the rings. But goal achieved there, moving that United States stone away. The rings are nice and open for Team England to score a point. Not sure if we were looking for the tap on this stone or just the draw to the back eight. So not a bad result there. Coming off of their own stone at the top 12 foot, they will roll to be sitting shot in the back 8 foot. By moving that stone over, they do open up the back yellow England stone as well. So England will be looking for the hit and stick here to really put the pressure on the United States with hammer here in the 6th end. On sheet C, it looks like Slovakia has decided to use their power play as well. So both sheets using power plays here in the 6th end. And a nice hit there by Pimblett of Team England. Sticks the shooter. There's still separation between these yellow stones in the rings.
Slow idea. Yeah, I kind of just giving it a couple seconds. Yeah, you gotta wait for it to put the rock out.
So we're seeing a few more hits this end with the power play. That one looking like it may have come off the stick a little bit full. The weight's okay, it should curl up. No, it just gets a piece of that English stone, but will roll to the back 12 foot.
Yeah.
So a nice freeze attempt there by Samsa of the United States.
Canada was in gold, so.
So Team England currently sitting 3 with hammer here in the 6th end. Looking to draw another stone into the rings. And Wilson's going to have some work to do with the last one here in the 6th end. Line's looking good on this. He's going to slide just to the full 4 foot. And a beautiful shot. A few options for Wilson here. You can opt to play the double on that yellow stone of England in the 4 foot. If you hit it anywhere on the left hand side, you can roll towards England's stone on the side 8 foot as a catcher. Even just nosing it will make it difficult for Team England to remove it with the wall of stones in the back of the rings. So some room for tolerance on this stone. Looking to remove some England stones here. So another big shot coming up from Wilson of Team USA here in the 6th end. So final stone on the way from Wilson of Team USA. This one's curling. Oh, and an unfortunate miss there for Wilson. Will curl past all Team England stones. So this will be a draw for 5 here in the 6th end. So the power play paying off this end for Team England, giving themselves an opportunity for a big end. The stone needs to be at least full 8 foot in order to count. So lots of room in the rings to draw to for this 5th point. And it looks like Latvia may have gotten 2 in the 6th end to go up 7-4 over Slovakia after 6 ends of play. So Latvia stealing on Slovakia's power play end. 2 ends left to play over on sheet C. And Lenton of England makes no mistake there, draws in for that extra 5th point. And there we go, confirmation that it is 5. So England will go up 9-7 over the United States. It's still a close game. Both teams getting big ends with hammer, keeping it exciting for all of our fans. So we may expect to see Team USA using their power play. They haven't used theirs yet this game. You can only play that when you have hammer. So we'll see what they decide to do heading into the 7th end. With 2 ends left to go in this qualifying game for the 2023 Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships. And here we go. Team United States opting to use their power play here in the 7th end. We'll see if they can replicate the same as England and get a big score here in the 7th.
That was a free rock.
Yep. Start working.
And that stone will slide just into the 8-foot. I think we'll expect to see Team United States ignoring that yellow stone and using that corner guard to draw another one around. Again, we haven't seen too many rocks coming across the center line. We saw Wilson make a really nice one in the 6th end. She seems very comfortable with these paths, and that is a beautiful stone by Wilson of the United States. Freezes in top of their one, just in front of the tee line, fully buried. Team England deciding to ignore Team USA's stones. This is ice, it could be for a draw. So looking to come close to theirs in the rings. England would like to put some pressure on the United States this end. Coming off of a big score after the 6th. This rock looked like it was going to be a guard. Over curls on that one. That does take away that draw path behind the corner guard for Team USA. We may see them making a play on this yellow England stone to sit 3 early. More than 3 stones have been played, so they are allowed to remove this stone from play. Samsa is right on the mark with that one. So a nice hit there. United States sitting 3 with hammer here in the 7th end.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, okay. That's the best.
So Team England looking to play the hit here on The United States stones at the top of the 12-foot. This one really coming off that line. They just get by the corner card. They'll connect with the stone, but roll the delivered stone out of the rings. So we'll see Team USA looking to make a draw, get another rock in the rings. They'd really like to be sitting 3 after the stone. So I'm not sure if they're looking for the come around or if they're looking to split the rings on this one. Okay, so it looks like they're throwing this to come across the center line, drawing to the open side of the rings. This will be a fresh spot. This rock needs to get going. And really nice. So a nice draw there by SAMHSA, the United States in a new path. Good spot. Would have liked that rock to be at least another foot deeper, just to take away this hit and roll option from Team England. So with the stone being a little higher up, there is room to make a hit and then roll in front of those USA stones on the left-hand side of the sheet. So we know Pimblett can throw the weight for those rolls. Houses seem a little bit livelier today than what we saw earlier in the week. It looks like they are not playing the hit on that. My apologies. Looks like they've opted to play the come around guard. Line's really nice. Gets by that corner guard. And the stone will stop just in the back 4-foot. So nice draw there by Pimblett of England. United States sitting 2nd, 3rd, and 4th stones. So options here for SAMHSA. You could follow that same draw path. Freeze one on. You could decide to remove the corner guard that's protecting that stone on the 4-foot. So it looks like SAMHSA's opted for the hit here. Going to hit. Beautiful double by SAMHSA of the United States. A sigh of relief from the fans sitting in the corner cheering their teammates on this morning. Fist bumps down at this end between teammates. I love seeing these teams celebrating good shots. So a pressure draw here for Lenton of England. Looking to bury around that corner guard. Even if the stone is buried, the United States may have a red run back. So final stone of England coming down the ice here in the 7th end. This rock making a big move coming across that center line. And buries perfectly on the tee line. A beautiful shot there by Lenton. Some fantastic curling shots here in the 7th end by both teams. is an opportunity here for the United States to run back their red stone into shot stone on the tee line. That would give them a big 4 points here in the 7th. Another option, they could draw into the 4-foot for 1 point as well, bringing the score within 1. So we'll see what they decide to throw. And they're playing the run back. So final stone from Wilson. This one's looking good. Right on the mark. And a round of applause from all the fans up here in the lounge this morning. Those were 4 beautiful curling shots made by both teams. So Team USA will score a big 4 with their power play in the 7th end. They will be up 2, coming home in the 8th end here in this qualifying game of the 2023 Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships. So still waiting for final stones over on sheet C. Latvia does have the hammer. So my apologies. Slovakia has the hammer here. So these two teams keeping things exciting over on sheet E. Both of these teams have been scoring big ends with hammer. There's some high fives happening with the coach's bench in between ends here. Making those run backs always gives you a boost of confidence to put those big ends on the board. I think we're going to see an exciting final end of play here between Team USA, currently up 11-9 over Team England. Final stones just being played by Slovakia over on sheet C. We'll have to wait for the score to go up on that one because I can't quite tell who got shot over on that one. So back on our feature sheet here. Expect to see some more exciting curling shots to round out this game. Just a little light on that come around draw, so it'll curl and bump off their center line guard. Not a bad result there for the United States. Takes away one of the drive paths for Team England. And it looks like Slovakia got 1 in the 7th. So it's Latvia up 7-5 over Slovakia after 7 ends of play. So another close game happening in the other qualifying game. The winner of that game will advance to play Team China. And the winner of our game here between the United States and England will face Team Canada. So a draw attempt here by Lenton of England. Nice line, and we'll rest just in the back button. Lenton's had fantastic draw weight in this morning's game. There is room here for the United States to lock one on top. So tolerance on this shot would be
Als je 2 zegt, heb je promotie, dan kan je
anywhere from top 4 foot to frozen. You want to keep these rocks in front so you can bump them back later. This one's curling early, needs to get by that center guard. Just rub that center guard and roll to a corner. Weight looked pretty close on that. If it had gone by, it does open up the England stones on the button and the forefoot. Being up 2 without hammer, Team United States will be looking to minimize Team England's scoring opportunities this end. We know Team England can generate some points with both teams scoring some big multiple point scores throughout this game. This one running a little straight, needs to make its move. It won't come off that line there, but does roll the delivered stone to the corner. So it is protecting their 2 stones on the button and the forefoot. Not sure if that red United States stone is in the rings. Looks like it might be close to being a biter. It's difficult to tell from this angle. Now that more than 3 stones have been played this end, Team United States can opt to use some takeouts. Okay, looking for the hit here. Oh, an unfortunate little rub there on that double peel attempt. Will spin England stone right into the top of the button. Those stones are grouped though. With the angles, you can still make a double on them. So line is going to be really important on this stone by Team England. Opportunity here. Set themselves up for multiple points here in the 8th end. This stone looks like a little more weight than what Linton was looking for from the call. It will come into the rings and tap theirs into the back forefoot. So they were looking for the guard on that stone. However, not a bad result. There's a lot of yellow in that forefoot with only 2 stones left for Team United States. So you have some options with your hits. I think what you'd be looking for on this first one is keeping your shooter on the nose so you have it to use it on your last one. Big hit coming up here from SAMHSA of the United States.
Beacons are heavy, for sure.
Looking to make some of these yellows go away. Need this one to come up. You'd like to keep your shooter in front of those yellows. Connects. Removes one out of play. Does create some separation with the other stones. Is still Team England sitting 3 with hammer here in the 8th end.
This one's good.
Good news is all of those yellow stones are behind the teen line now. So that will leave some options for teammate Wilson on their last. So I think Team England would like to place this stone in the top of the 8-foot, just off center line, to protect their 2 stones on the left-hand side of the sheet. Saw the last one come a little heavy. So we'll see if Pimblett has made the adjustment here. So line's looking pretty good. Looking for that big finish at the end. It looks like it may have curled up just enough. So a nice spot with that stone. Takes away the freeze on the left-hand side. Takes away a double on that left-hand side of the sheet. I think we'll see the come around draw to the button by Wilson with the last here. Needs to be at least half of the 4-foot to outcount the other 2 England stones. You can get this in the top button. It would be very difficult for Team England to remove this stone. So everyone sitting up here, sitting on pins and needles as they wait for this final stone to be delivered by Wilson. Looks like that stone got a little stuck, so deciding to reset. It's always important to reset on these shots when they don't start off right. And you see these athletes go back their entire pre-shot routine. Here we go, final stone. Definitely have enough weight on this throw. Weight's looking pretty nice. Get to the 4-foot line. Needs to curl big here at the end. Needs to hit the full 4-foot. Oh, a really nice attempt there by Wilson. England's going to take a look. I would say they're going to be 2 for sure. That red stone may be out counting the England stone on the left-hand side of the 4-foot. So a great pressure throw there by Wilson. A couple more inches of ice and that would have been perfect, but still a really great result. Team England still needs to throw their final stone here with hammer in the 8th end. Looks like it's handshakes over on sheet C. We're just waiting for the final score to go on the board between Slovakia and Latvia. And it looks like it's going to be Latvia over Slovakia. Latvia will be advancing to play China in the semifinal, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time this evening. So a big shot here, and coming up from Lenton of Team England. Needs full forefoot to win this game. 2 would force the extra end. You don't want to tap this United States stones up. Oh, just over curls. Both teams are going to take a look here. England is lucky she didn't have another foot of weight, because that would have promoted the United States stones.
I would say
Do you have any measure?
We're going to ask for the measure here, just to make sure. And it's an exciting 8th end here on Sheet E. It's a qualifying game between the United States and England. They're going to keep us all waiting to find out what the final score is, to see if it's game over or to see if we're going to an extra end. So stay tuned while we wait for the measure.
but you would go with the first one.
Okay, here we go. Chief umpire. Measuring this stone. And it is red. What an exciting finish to this qualifying game here this morning between the United States and England. Wilson's last stone draw comes far enough. And it's going to be a final score of 11 for the United States, defeating England with a score of 10. A well-played game by both teams. Some fantastic curling shots. So join us this afternoon at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for the semifinal games of our World Wheelchair Curling Championships, and our semifinal games for the Mixed Doubles World Wheelchair Curling Championships will be back on again at 7 o'clock p.m. this evening. So thanks for tuning in. Lots more World Wheelchair Curling action coming today, with the finals happening tomorrow.